Hello, my name is Ed. This is the Rock Gut Review. And it's Wednesday, which means it's time for the Worst Whiskey Watch. This is a segment where I drink the worst whiskeys I can find to let you know not to buy them. Now, most of the time, I'm drinking and taking the piss out of whiskeys that were, made as a cheap cash grab, right? They were made by somebody who obviously didn't give a crap, just trying to make some money. Or they're making a subpar whiskey just to sell it for cheap. Or they're using some dumb gimmick to try and speed up the aging process or do something stupid, right? And that makes it easy to say they're crap. However, sometimes there's a company who is obviously trying to do everything right, but for whatever reason, their whiskey just isn't where it needs to be. And unfortunately, that's the case today. And that makes it hard because I don't want to trash producers who are trying to do things right. You know, I want them to keep doing what they're doing and keep making stuff the right way. However, the product as it is right now still isn't good. But hopefully it'll be better in the future. And that's what I'm hopeful for Steeple Ridge. Let's roll that intro music. Alright, before we get into the episode proper, let me ask you a question. Do you wear clothes? I mean, I try not to as much as possible, but I do understand that there are times where you need to wear clothes. A t-shirt company called Into the AM reached out to me and they said, hey, we'll send you some free t-shirts if you want to talk about them on the show. And 95% of the time when I get an email like that, it's some sort of weird scammy thing. Either they are scamming me or they're trying to get me to scam you. But I looked at their company. They actually seem pretty legit. I was looking at their designs and I was like, okay. But then I saw they had shirts with astronauts on them. And I freaking love space. I used to watch Apollo 13 on repeat as a kid. And so I was like, all right, you know what? Send me a shirt, I'll check it out. And it's actually pretty goddamn nice. It's soft, it fits well, and I'm digging the astronaut. So that's my long way of saying the Rock Gut Review is selling out. Even more so than we already have. Yep, that's right, paid promotion on YouTube. Like a real YouTube channel. And you guys said we were never gonna amount to nothing. If you wanna get one of these sweet astronaut shirts, and actually, this is pretty awesome, go check out Into the AM. You can use the promo code ROTGUTWHISKEY right now. Get yourself some t-shirts at a discount. Go check it out in the description. Alright, now that I'm done shilling t-shirts, let's talk about Steeple Ridge. Steeple Ridge is based out of Erling, Iowa. We got two whiskeys from them today. Their bourbon whiskey and their straight bourbon whiskey single barrel. Steeple Ridge bourbons are made by Lonely Oak Distillery. They're named after the ridge upon which the distillery sits, from where you can see three steeples of various churches in the area. Sounds a lot like Milwaukee. We've got a church like every 2 blocks. And as I said earlier, these guys seem to be doing a lot of things right. First thing I noticed when I looked at the bottle, back label, tells you what the grains are. I love that. I wish everybody included the mash bill on their bottle somewhere. Now they don't give percentages, which I would like, but you know what? This is still awesome. It says, distilled from Wapsie Valley corn and soft red winter wheat. And to my understanding, they're farming their own grains. This is their grains in here. That's cool. That's awesome. And of course, it's a wheated mash bill. People are way into wheated mash bills right now. That's cool. Another nice thing they're doing, bottling at a nice, healthy ABV. 46%, 92 proof on the bourbon, regular old bourbon, and 51% or 102 proof on the straight bourbon single barrel. So, craft distillery, farming their own grain, they're not sourcing, they're distilling themselves. This is all sounding really good. On their website, they do say they're using small barrels, which I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with small barrels. I really don't. I know some people are very dedicated to the 52-gallon big boys. I don't think that's necessary. The small barrel increases the amount of surface area of barrel to distillate so that you get more wood impact sooner. It's something a lot of craft distilleries have done because they're trying to get bourbon out the door and into the hands of consumers when they're starting from nothing. So I support that. Cool. It's not like those stupid ultrasonic gimmicky bullshit things. They're still aging their whiskey in barrels. I'm good with it. But of course, a small barrel can only take you so far. I think that's where these kind of fell flat. Even in small barrels, you can't make up for just the necessity of time. And your base bourbon right here, 9-month age statement. And unfortunately, you can tell. I'm not saying it's the worst thing I've ever smelled. It's got some brown sugar. It's obviously got that wood influence going. There's some promising aspects here. But it's also got that really young green yewy note, that yew sap that I talk about hating a lot. And it's here, and I can smell it. And unfortunately, it's worse on the taste. There are aspects of this that I like, and I can tell are moving in the right direction. Vanilla, brown sugar, starting to come into a little bit of a cherry note and a graham crackery mixture, but it's just too young. And now, with the straight bourbon, you do have a 2-year age statement. And I will say, it's showing improvement. It certainly is showing improvement. There's a lot less of that green yewy note. It's got a lot more brown sugar, you know? It's got a lot more of that nice vanilla. And this is a single barrel, so there's gonna be differences between barrels, obviously, so take that into consideration. The taste on this is certainly improving. More brown sugar, more vanilla, a little bit more cherry. It's coming into those standard bourbon notes. However, it's still kind of young. And on this one, I gotta say, on the nose, there's a strange sulfury smell. And I'm actually a guy who likes some sulfur in my whiskey. That's why I like some sherry finished scotches. It has kind of a struck match note. Little itty bitty bit of sulfur, or some of the funkier Campbelltown stuff. Sometimes edges a little sulfury. It's not bad. However, on this one, there's a sulfur note that just dominates the nose, and it doesn't leave room for anything else. And distillers take pains to get that sulfury note out of their distillate, right? That's why we have copper stills. Copper naturally removes some of that sulfur. But for whatever reason on this one, some got through, and it didn't have enough time to age out in the barrel. And now it's just taken over the nose. So that's why Steeple Ridge Bourbons are ending up on a Worst Whiskey Wednesday. But this video is not meant to be shitting on the people at Lonely Oak Distillery. It seems like they're taking pains to try and make good whiskey. It just seems like they haven't quite got it down yet. And I think the biggest part of that really is the age. I think if they give this more time in the barrel, 4, 5, 6 years, I think this will improve immensely. They just need to give it a little bit more time. And that's difficult as a craft producer. I know, I get that. That's hard because you gotta make money while this stuff is aging. You gotta put stuff out. So if anyone from Steeple Ridge sees this video, please believe me, I mean these criticisms in a respectful and positive way. I respect what you're doing, and I think you need to keep doing it. You just have to work through a few issues. And hopefully, in a year, 2, 3 years, I'm gonna be doing a video with a Worst Whiskey redemption saying, holy crap, Steeple Ridge and the folks at Lonely Oak figured all their shit out, and this is amazing now. They gave it the time it needed, and this is fantastic. I'm so glad they did it. But until that time, My name is Ed. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, stay rotten.